What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated book releases for October 2019. If you notice anything different, it's because things are different. I'm not sitting by my bookshelf because I just felt like sitting here. I put my Halloween decorations out. This is a video about October. It just felt right. Plus it's really dark over there, so I don't know. I just thought I would switch things up. My SD card broke and my camera for some reason isn't like connecting to Wi-Fi like it normally does, so I can't, even without the SD card, put my files to my computer. So pretty much right now, since I don't have a backup SD card, my camera's like useless. So I'm actually using my phone right now. Just let me know if you guys can tell that I'm filming on a phone, because part of me feels like you can't even tell, and the other part of me feels like you would be able to tell. I don't know, man. It's very weird, very different. Anyways, Tia, stop rambling. Let's get into my most anticipated book releases for October. I was going to just group this in with like a most anticipated book releases for fall, but I have so many for October that it just felt like that video would be so long, and September already passed, so I kind of missed the mark on that one. So I just thought that I would go into my most anticipated for October. So the first one is The Never Tilting World by Rin Chupeco. Chupeco? So this is about two twin goddesses, and they get into like a disagreement, or one of them betrays the other one or something, and it essentially splits the world in two. So one lives in what they're calling like a Mad Max constant sun desert type side, and the other one lives in a side that they're comparing to Frozen, where it's always dark and icy and cold. These two twins both have daughters, and then this is the story of the daughters having something calling to them, where they both return to the site of the breaking, and shit goes down. I'm super stoked for this. It just sounds right up my alley. It's really adventurous. Obviously there's going to be some strong female leads. They're saying like the Frozen and Mad Max comparison. Like what? Like that is like everything I never would have thought I needed, but somehow now I can't live without. And just for reference, that one comes out October 15th. Next is one that we all know about, which is The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. I've actually never read any of her works. None of them have sounded interesting to me before, but 19th century, New Orleans, vampires coming back. I'm here for that. I love vampires, like super actually scary, realistic vampires. I love the shimmery Twilight thing. Wasn't ever it for me. Like that just wasn't my style, like overly romanticized, like what the fuck, like that was not dope to me or scary. But if this book is like actually like intense and like somewhat a little bit spooky and just has like a more realistic like thriller-y side to it, then this will definitely be a series that I could see myself sticking with. This releases October 8th, so very, very soon. Next is another one that's very hyped but now very split, and that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm not really like 100% sure what this book is even really about, and I want to try to keep it that way because I've heard it's pretty like dark and twisty, and I kind of just want to go into it more blind, kind of like how I like to do with thrillers and horrors. But this book, man, like I don't know, like with who I follow on BookTube right now, it is split. Some people are like, no, not at all, and other people are like, best book of the year. I don't know where I will stand with this. I've heard it's super dark. There's like non-stop trigger warnings for this one, but honestly, it sounds right up my alley. So yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited about it. And this releases, sorry if you can see me like looking down, I'm just like double checking all these like release dates because I don't want to be dumb on YouTube. This releases October 8th as well. Next is Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland. This book releases October 29th. This is about a girl who is like a soul walker, I believe, and when other people sleep, I believe her mom is as well. Great genetic trait there. So when people sleep, she and her mom can go into their souls, and every time she goes into somebody's soul, she sees this same black door, and she's been told to stay away from it, but it keeps popping up. It's literally calling her name. So she finally goes in. She said that as she like feels it, feels like a pulse almost, and the story is pretty much what happens beyond the black door. It sounds incredibly unique, and I'm just honestly super stoked about it. I think that it'll be a really rich story, and I'm excited to see what's beyond the black door. Like, I'm curious now too. Next is Grave Maidens by Kelly Kuhn, and this comes out October 29th. This cover might be the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. I hate it. If this story, like, if I didn't read the synopsis of this, I would have never picked this up based off of the cover. I tend to draw, if you can't tell, I tend to draw towards books with really dark covers. It's either like black or really deep earth tones or red. Like, those are the colors that really draw my attention. This one is white, blue, and like gold. And it's like fairies on it or something, butterflies. I just hate it. So that's a side note. So in the city of, I believe it's Alu, potatoes, it is tradition that when a ruler dies, he takes 3 grave maidens with him into the afterlife to pretty much care for him and be his servants. And our main character's sister gets chosen for this when the ruler dies, and her sister sees it as like an honor, but our main character sees it for what it really is, which is pretty much a death sentence, and she's trying to fight it. This sounds more like a book that I would probably read in like winter, you know, like it doesn't give me fall vibes, but gives me more like winter vibes, but still I think it sounds interesting. I think it's a unique storyline, and I would be interested to see how she tries to like rebel against this tradition that's been happening for ever, pretty much. The last book is one that I'm super excited for. It sounds like something that I would be so in the mood to read right now, so I'm very excited that it comes out October 1st, and that is Now Entering Adamsville by Francesca Zappia. This is supposedly like a semi-humorous, dark, twisty, mystery, whodunit type thriller. Pretty much a janitor gets murdered. Somebody like burns down his house, and he unfortunately dies through the fire, and a girl is framed for it. She's not that good of a kid, and so people assume that it's her right away, and I believe her dad had like a stint in jail and stuff, but she knows she didn't do it, so she teams up with her cousin to try to figure out who done it then. So I'm super excited for this. People say that it's gonna be like pretty funny, it's pretty witty. Those are definitely the type of mystery, thriller, horror type, you know, novels that I like. Something with a little character in it, a little wit. I'm really excited for this one. This is definitely one that I'll probably pick up sooner than later. And that is everything. Those are my most anticipated book releases for October of this year. Let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited for fall time. Normally I'm a big like mystery, thriller, horror type of bitch, but for some reason I have a lot of high fantasy on this list, which is really strange because that's not normally something that I gravitate towards, but all of these sound so good to me. Be sure to like this video if you did like it. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time I upload, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!